Advisory services are offered through Creative Financial Designs Incorporated. A registered investment advisor, and securities are offered through CFD Investments Incorporated. A registered broker-dealer, member FINRA and SIPC. 2704 South Goyer Road, Kokomo, Indiana 46902. Phone number 765-453-9600. Neither CFD Investments Incorporated nor Creative Financial Designs Incorporated are associated with SmartVestor or the Dave Ramsey Organization. Neither SmartVestor nor the Dave Ramsey Organization recommend or make an endorsement for services under the SmartVestor program.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Money in Motion. I'm your host, Jason Murphy from Diamond Financial Group, located right there beside Poets on the Square. Stop by and see me, grab a wonderful cup of coffee, and come over and sit down with me. I would love to share with you just some investment knowledge, get you started. Had a conversation just this last week with a young man, 28 years old, called in and had some questions, wanted to start investing, just really had no knowledge because our public school systems aren't really teaching a lot about investments, about Roth IRAs or IRAs. You might get a little bit of a tidbit, but Dave Ramsey says that you should find someone with a heart of a teacher. Well, I don't just have the heart of a teacher, I am one. And so taught at Avery Trace Middle School. In fact, my babies from back then, my little sixth graders this year are seniors. So just want to throw a shout out to the class of 2019 and those that had Mr. Murphy for math and world history back in the day at Avery Trace Middle School. That's kind of exciting for me to think about, but also scary at the same time because that means my actual babies, my two boys, are getting really, really close to that time frame as well. So I have Christian as a junior in high school and on the track and cross country team and football team as a kicker, and he is taking every honors class and has straight A's in every class throughout. He's actually tied for first place in his class, and I'm so proud of him. I have to brag on him for a second. Also, my boys had their fall break this last week, and I was able to take all day on Monday to work with my younger son, Benjamin, and Benjamin is only a few months away from earning his Eagle Scout, and we worked the whole day working on his Eagle Scout project, and he's making this really cool portable cabinet for the robotics team of the Beta Club so that they can have a portable workstation to take on these conferences and competitions that they go on. So that went really, really well, and was very thankful to some relatives that I have, specifically my cousin Tim Pittman, who is a carpenter and can make just about anything. So it was really fabulous. So a shout out to my cousin Tim for his help, because I couldn't have done that project without him for sure. I have my skills and my talents, but carpentry and working on cars is not one of them. But so anyway, with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get to my guest a little bit. And so I have a friend of mine. His name is David Robbins, and David is one of the vice presidents of financial services for the Upper Cumberland Federal Credit Union. David, how are you, sir?
Doing well. Glad to be here.
I'm really glad to have you on.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you coming in today. I know it was a little bit last minute. We had a cancellation, and David was able to step in. But I've been wanting to have the Upper Cumberland Federal Credit Union on my show, mainly because, and I announced this actually probably 4 weeks ago, that they were building out and they were coming. Well, they are officially here. You guys are open and doing business. Is that right?
Yes. We take walk-ins now. We do loans, everything that you can think of.
Perfect. And we'll get more into that. So right there, located beside Poets on the Square, 2 doors down, we actually share the same outward door, and it goes into an airlock, and you'll turn right to go into the Upper Cumberland Federal Credit Union and go straight to go into Diamond Financial. They've already gotten ahead of us and put signage on their inside door, and we're about to follow suit with that, because I've had about a dozen or about a half a dozen people come in saying, "Is this the federal?" No, you gotta turn. So no big deal, but we'll get those things worked out. But so was talking to David earlier today, and I just wanted to invite them on as being new to Cookeville. Is that right, David?
That's correct. We opened September the 10th.
September the 10th. Perfect. So it's been nearly a full month, so still real new to the area, but not new in the industry. How long as has the Upper Cumberland Federal Credit Union been in business?
Well, we've been around since 1935 serving the
Wow.
Upper Cumberlands. We started out as Carter Inc. and out of a small room in their location and built it up from there. We serve Fentress County, Cumberland County, Bledsoe County, White County, and Putnam County.
And do you have locations at all those places?
We've got 2 locations in Crossville.
Okay.
And we've got 1 in Clark Range, and we just opened this one in Cookville next to Poet.
Gotcha.
Right next
So
to you
you're
guys.
kind of continuing to expand, but you
Yeah.
can serve areas. So just because you don't have a storefront in their county doesn't mean they can't come and do business with the credit union.
Correct. As long as they live and work in those locations, then they are able to come in.
Okay, that's kind of
They
the
can be members,
stipulation.
yes.
They either need to live, work, or worship in that county where there is a storefront.
Yes.
Is that right?
Well, we don't have a location in Bledsoe County, but people can come from Bledsoe County.
Oh, I see.
And bank with us.
So for those locations, those counties that you just mentioned, and I'm not trying to beat this point to death, I just want to make sure, and I get the point across to the listening audience, as long as they live, work, or worship in any of those counties you just mentioned, then they're good to go to actually be able to be a member of. So what does membership kind of mean?
Well, we are a nonprofit organization.
Okay.
When you're a member, you're an owner. We don't pay taxes as far as that goes.
Right.
And but all the money that we make as profits is funneled back into giving better interest rates to our members and providing cheaper services such as free debit cards when they open the accounts, and free mobile banking, free mobile deposit, free bill pay. Just items like that we can provide with the profits that we make.
Okay, so I know some people that just bank at a standard bank or whatever may even have to pay fees, or they're paying extras for those things that you just mentioned. That's one of the big benefits to being a member for the Upper Cumberland Federal Credit Union.
Yes, it is.
Okay, perfect. Well, that sounds great. I want to touch on, and I don't want to set you up for anything that we haven't really talked a bunch before this, and I don't know, so I'm just asking. So like a checking or a savings account, those are interest-bearing accounts with you guys?
The savings accounts
but
not the checking account.
Okay,
we
very
do
good.
not do a money market account or accounts with bearing interest for checking. But we do have CDs and IRAs, and we do those type of accounts.
Okay, perfect. And so that sounds great. Well, we're going to come back. We got to kind of pay the bills a little bit, David, and we're going to have a little bit of a break here. I want to let everybody listening know that I could not do this show without my sponsors, so please listen to the little commercials that we did for them, and if nothing else, give them a shout out, give them a phone call, let them know that you heard about them on Money in Motion and that you really appreciate them supporting this show if you want it to continue. So thank you everybody for listening. I'm your host, Jason Murphy, right here on News Talk 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Hey, are you being bombarded by all those Medicare ads on TV or all that junk mail that you end up throwing in the trash can? Are you confused about all the plans and parts of Medicare supplements? Why are there so many choices? Let me tell you, one size does not fit all. Don't let the stress overtake you because it all can be so confusing. Mike and Julie Townsley of Diamond Financial Group, located at 228 East Broad Street, Suite 100 in Cookville, right off the square, can explain it all to you and cut out all the confusion. They offer a free consultation, and they will explain all the changes to Medicare for 2019. They will help you pick out the plan that best fits you. They will help you understand the plans and parts of Medicare so that you don't have to worry about making the right choice. They service the insurance policies you choose through them. Give Mike and Julie a call at 931-646-4090.
Tucker Farms is the premier land clearing, property development, and excavation company of the Upper Cumberlands, based out of Livingston, Tennessee. We specialize in forestry mulching, site clearing, and prep for new construction. We provide general excavation such as excavation for foundations, power service entrances, septic systems, and water lines. Whether it's residential or commercial, Tucker Farms has the expertise to fulfill your property goals. Give us a call today at 931-260-1178 or find us on social media at Tucker Farms LLC or on our website at tuckerfarms.farm.
Welcome back to Money in Motion. I'm your host, Jason Murphy from Diamond Financial Group, located right there beside Poets on the Square, catty corner from the courthouse on Broad Street. Stop by and see me anytime. I would love to sit down and talk with you, give you some financial advice and point you in the right direction and get you investing. The main thing that stops people from investing is starting. So get started. And so with all that being said, I want to go back to our guest today. And David Robbins is from the Upper Cumberland Federal Credit Union. And again, he is the Vice President of Financial Services and Business Development. And I just wanted to talk to David for a little bit, kind of aside from the business. But David, where are you from, this area?
I'm from Jamestown originally.
Well, that counts for sure.
Born and raised in Fentress County.
Yeah. I have some good friends up in Fentress County.
From the big city.
Yeah, some of them are in jail, but wait, I shouldn't say that. But the big city of Jamestown, that's outstanding. So how did you end up getting into the banking industry?
Well, I've been really blessed throughout my life. It really comes down to meeting people and being connected.
Okay.
I went to school with a couple people that went into the banking field and was really blessed to be able to work with them. And it just seemed one thing led to another. I graduated from Tennessee Tech with a finance degree.
Oh, okay.
And,
is that right?
Yeah, I wound up starting my own business at that point and gravitated back into the banking services about 2.5 years ago.
Gotcha.
I interviewed with Upper Cumberland Federal Credit Union.
Okay.
And they liked me, and I just love my job there
Outstanding.
that I have. So
yeah.
I love helping people. Every day we get up, we go in. It's not work for me. I just love being there. And we go in, we help people. No matter what you're doing when you come in that door, you need help.
Right.
And we're there for you. Whether you're cashing a check, you need a loan, your debit card's not working, whatever it is, we want to help you. And when you leave, we want you to know that we've done the best that we can for you, and that you have if we weren't able to help you, you know why, and you know what you need to do in order to fix it.
Right. You're going to kind of set them up for success and give them the steps that they need to take to accomplish whatever it is that they're trying to accomplish, whatever help that they need.
Correct.
And you guys are there for that. So that is awesome. Now, you mentioned IT, and so I just perk up a little bit. That's actually one of my degrees. I have a bunch because of my time in the Air Force, and every time I got a new job in the Air Force and went through another school, it's all college accredited. So I ended up with another. So I have 3 different associate's degrees from my time in the Air Force, one of them in IT, and then finally went back to tech myself and got my bachelor's degree in education with an emphasis in math. But so my last 10 years in the Air Force was at McGee Tyson Air National Guard Base in communications, doing IT on a bit larger scale than most people. Right. I was looking at IT from a global security perspective for global communications on secure networks for the Air Force. So a little bit different, but there's definitely some overlap. The point to that is I don't actually work on my own computers at my office or my house for the most part.
Right. I don't either. When I came out of when I graduated, I came out of school and went into a different business of transporting vehicles across country.
Oh, wow.
And did really well with that for about 10 years.
Okay.
And then in 2008, when the economy went down, I kind of had to switch fields at that point, and so wound up in the credit union and just love it. God works in mysterious ways. It
is amazing. It is amazing, and I'm glad you mentioned that. I mean, that's something that everybody that knows me and even knows me from this radio show knows that I take very seriously is my faith and trusting that God is guiding my life as long as I continue to seek and work towards living in His will for my life, and that's real important. I don't think I've ever prayed harder in my life than the 6 months leading up to me finally making this decision to not go back or stay in education and to kind of leave education and come into finance as a full-time profession for myself. And so, because that's a big deal, you're going from a salaried type position where you have benefits and so on and so forth to just kind of doing everything on your own, which can be scary, but it gives me the freedom as an independent financial advisor, not working working for any company or corporation. I'm not working for the man or anybody. I'm working for myself. And just like you said, that you guys do absolutely everything in your power to do is to help the person that's coming and sitting in front of you based on their needs. And you're not just reaching out and throwing a net and trying to capture everybody into one little area. Does that make sense?
It does, and that's correct. I mean, everybody has different needs, different time frames of their lives.
Yes.
We don't push products on anybody.
Right.
We want to be there to service them with the needs that they need. We don't want to, if you're not qualified for a loan, we're not going to push that loan on you, but we're going to give you options as to how you can qualify or clean up your financial situation for the future, and come back in 6 months and let's see what we can do for you.
Right, yeah, and that sounds good. And I can tell you, David, that as a Dave Ramsey SmartVestor Pro, I don't even know if I mentioned that to you, of course, we're encouraging people to try to get out of debt, and you guys don't necessarily want people to stay in debt their whole lives, and even Dave does say, okay, you can get a mortgage, just do it smart by getting the lowest interest rate you can, try to get the shortest amount of terms that you can afford. Try to do a 10 or a 15 versus a 30 if it's at all possible, and sometimes that's just not possible, but people don't want to pay rent, and I can appreciate that. So the Cookeville location, is it my understanding that you guys are primarily doing the home and the auto loans at that location for the credit union?
That is correct. We will do other loans also, personal loans, line of credits, just whatever you need at the time. We're there for you.
And you can do those all from the Cookeville location, of course, as well as your others. But I'm trying to let people know about the services that you guys have available here locally.
Now, we can also open accounts and perform checking transactions, savings transactions. We'll take transactions if you need to come in and make a withdrawal or a deposit. We can do that for you if you're in the area.
Okay, perfect. So you can help a little bit on the banking side, even though that's not the primary goal of that location. You can do that.
Correct.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, because I even had one of my clients that came down from Crossville, and of course they didn't know you were there because you just opened, but they said, hey, that's where we bank. And I said, well, that's great. So, anytime you're down here, feel free to stop over and see them as well. And I think it's going to turn out, or it already is turning out, to be a really great relationship with you guys being right there next to us. And I look forward to helping you serve your clients as much as possible if that, any situations occur, because you guys aren't a full-fledged broker-dealer. You guys don't do the investments in mutual funds and in the market, that kind of thing. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so that just makes for a really good relationship where I can kind of help you guys and vice versa. So, David, we're already done with this segment, so we're going to take a break to listen to my sponsors. I want to thank everybody for listening. Please stay tuned, and we'll be back to hear a little bit more about a upcoming event that the credit union is doing right there in Cookeville. They're having a grand opening, and we're going to tell you all about that when you come back right here on News Talk 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Protecting your home or business is important to you. That's why you might invest in an advanced security system or make sure you have the strongest locks on the market. But what are you doing about the sun? That big yellow ball of fire is shooting UV rays through your windows that can fade furniture and increase your energy costs. Fortunately, the Window Tint Company in Cookeville can provide you with a championship-level solution, offering multiple lines of window film for any need. The Window Tint Company is the Upper Cumberland's expert when it comes to protecting your home or business from blinding glare or damaging UV rays. And you'll still be able to admire those beautiful Middle Tennessee sunrises and sunsets. When you're ready to protect your home or business from the sun, give Jason and Susie with the Window Tint Company a call at 931-510-0830. That's 931-510-0830. Visit CookevilleWindowTintCompany.com to learn more or request an estimate.
Exotic Tropicals, home of the healthy pet. Good common sense can lead to a favorable outcome when deciding when and where to spend your money. At Exotic Tropicals, they realize you can live without everything that is available at their pet shop. Thankfully, we live in a country and a community that allows us the opportunity to do more than just get by. Pets can enrich our lives in many ways, and Exotic Tropicals can help you care for your pets in a way that makes sense. Exotic Tropical carries quality products that they have experience with and know how to use, and pets that are thoughtfully cared for to ensure your success. Stop by Exotic Tropicals today at 45 North Walnut Avenue right here in Cookeville, or give them a call at 931-528-1080. Exotic Tropicals, home of the healthy pet.
Just over 11 years ago, my wife and I went on our first date. We ended the evening by going to a little coffee shop here in Cookeville, just catty corner of the courthouse, named Poets. We sat down and enjoyed an amazing cup of coffee. We enjoyed the company with each other, getting to know each other. That ended up leading to us being married less than 6 months later and having been married for the last 10 years. It all started at Poets, right there, catty corner of the courthouse. For one of the best cups of coffee in Cookeville, I highly encourage you to stop by Poets on the Square or their other location on the north end of South Jefferson Avenue. Poets Coffee, a great place to take your next date or just enjoy a cup of coffee. And welcome back, everybody, to Money in Motion. I'm your host, Jason Murphy from Diamond Financial Group, located right there beside Poets on the Square, catty corner from the Cookeville Courthouse. Stop by and see me, grab a great cup of coffee, and come over and we'll sit down and I'll help you work through your finances. I will say that I've had quite a few people here lately that have come in that have realized that they still had 401ks left at a prior employer. And I always encourage you, as Dave Ramsey would, that it is not a good idea to leave money sitting virtually unprotected at a prior employer, because so many reasons. One, no one is watching or managing that money, but even more importantly than that is you're limited on, even if you're looking over those resources in that 401k, when your money is in that 401k, you have a minimum number of choices to pick from, typically anywhere from 10 to maybe as many as 30 different mutual fund choices, when in the open market there's nearly unlimited resources in stocks and bonds, mutual funds, ETFs, lower cost items that you can do. And so you really want to roll that over in what's called a direct rollover. The money would never touch your hands, therefore it would not be creating a taxable event, and then that money would go into an IRA in your name, and we could invest that you want, or however I would lead you in that situation. And so I want to encourage you, if you have a 401k that's sitting with a past employer, to please stop by and see me. Let me take that under management for you and make sure that that is staying protected. And one of the reasons I'm going to start talking about this quite a bit more in the next couple of months is I truly believe, based on so many different indicators in the market, that we are coming towards at least a strong correction, if not our next recession, I know is on the horizon. And so I think next year we're going to have some really bumpy ground in the market, and it might be a good idea to move some of your money to a more conservative stance. And what that does is also give you some buying power to take that aggressive type money, move it to like a mutual fund, or sorry, I meant to say a money market or a bond type of fund, something much more conservative that's going to give us what we call dry powder, like black powder, and wait for the market to go down and then get some explosive growth out of those assets that you've allowed to go flat while the market was going down. And so if you have questions about that or want to stop by and see me, please feel free to give us a call there at Diamond Financial Financial Group, 646-4090. Again, that's 646-4090 is the number there in our office. Just Google Diamond Financial Group there in Cookeville, and you should be able to get a hold of us. So we will give you the phone numbers as well for the Upper Cumberland Federal Credit Union and how to get a hold of them, or you can just stop by because they're a walk-in type service. But an exciting event and a great time that would be very casual and a very good opportunity is the Federal Credit Union is having a grand opening coming up. When is that, David?
That's October the 18th.
October the 18th. So not this Thursday, but the following Thursday. So you got a little over a week and a half, and we're going to have that grand opening. What time are we? Is that an all-day event, or?
It'll be from 11 to 4. We have a ribbon cutting at 11.
Okay.
And then we'll be there till 4 p.m.
That's
afternoon.
perfect. Okay, 11 to 4 o'clock. I imagine you're maybe going to have some goodies or something.
We'll do refreshments, and then we'll have some giveaways.
Oh, okay, perfect, perfect. Yeah, so come by and come by and get maybe a free pen or a cozy or whatever, koozie. I don't know what those things are called. You know what I'm talking about. There's all kinds of crazy things that people give away at grand opening types of events, but it's always fun. You can get some refreshments. You can learn a little bit about your now local Upper Cumberland Federal Credit Union right here in Cookeville. Again, that's on October the 18th from 11 until 4 o'clock. And other than that, is there anything else you'd like to share with us, David?
Well, we just want everybody to come out and see us and give us a chance to provide them with the good financial services that we provide with our current members. We want every member to be successful. We want to take you from whatever walk of life that you're in, if you're just starting out or if you're ready for retirement. We want you to be able to say after 30 years with us that the credit union did me right and that I'm able to retire with dignity and take care of myself.
Yeah, and respect, and absolutely. And so, and that reminds me of one thing. One of the services that you had mentioned to me during one of the breaks that I think we forgot to talk about is you'll really help look at someone's overall financial status and maybe even help guide them a little bit. So tell us a little bit about that.
Correct. We do financial checkups for people if they come in, or if they want to schedule an appointment, they can come by and we'll sit down and work up a financial checkup for them. We'll check their credit and see if we can save them interest on loans, and if we also provide information on how they can improve their credit or how they can improve their situation. And it's a free checkup. It doesn't cost anything.
Excellent. Well, that's really good to know for me. I've actually had clients in the past that I used to refer them to another service that I don't think they're in operation anymore that actually specifically did help people improve their credit score, and that's kind of a service you can provide at no cost and kind of at least give them some advice on how to improve their credit and get that in the right direction.
Correct.
Okay. Well, that sounds awesome. So, again, I want to welcome the Upper Cumberland Federal Credit Union to the Cookeville area, specifically to my block of the neighborhood, and so glad to have them on board and looking forward to a fruitful relationship with them and helping maybe some of their clients with some of their investing needs, and maybe helping some of my clients if they're looking for a low interest loan or something like that. We'll see what we can do there. So really appreciate you being on today, David. And do you have anybody you want to throw a shout out to? You have family or friends out there? Or?
I've got too many to pick one.
Too many to pick.
Yeah.
I understand. You don't want to alienate anyone, so I understand that completely. So again, I just want to go through a couple of my sponsors. The Window Tent Company. There's Tucker Farms. If you have any land excavation stuff that's happening that you need some help with, Exotic Tropicals for all your pet needs and getting your fish taken care of and your aquariums and even terrariums, I think it's called, with the little lizards and snakes and all that stuff. Go by and see my friend Greg out at Exotic Tropicals, and they will get you taken care of. And I just want to thank everybody for listening. listening to Money in Motion. I know I probably just forgot some of my sponsors, so I apologize. But listen to my commercials, please, and give those people a call and let them know how much you appreciate them supporting this show and what we do here. Again, I'm Jason Murphy from Diamond Financial Group, and I truly am blessed to have you all as listeners. And I do pray God's abundant blessings and His Holy Spirit just rain down over you and fill your heart with goodness and joy. So go with Godspeed today and every day. If I can do anything to be of service, and I know the credit union is there for you as well, stop by and see us. You can get a 2-for-1 now. Stop by and see them, find out how they can help you. Do the same thing with me, and we'll be glad to serve you, because that's what we're here in the business to do. So thank you for listening to Money in Motion. I'm your host, Jason Murphy, right here on News Talk 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Advisory services are offered through Creative Financial Designs Incorporated. A registered investment advisor, and securities are offered through CFD Investments Incorporated. A registered broker-dealer, member FINRA and SIPC. 2704 South Goyer Road, Kokomo, Indiana 46902. Phone number 765-453-9600. Neither CFD Investments Incorporated nor Creative Financial Designs Incorporated are associated with SmartVestor or the Dave Ramsey Organization. Neither SmartVestor nor the Dave Ramsey Organization recommend or make an endorsement for services under the SmartVestor program.